Welcome to the most heretical stream on the internet. I give you Wooly1169.
Hello everyone, welcome to the stream and welcome back for Factorio Tiberian Sprawl. In our last episode we set up a couple of new Tiberium based techs, the one that is pulling molten Tiberium directly out of the nodes being a very significant one of those, which means that we can in some ways, in some places, in some kinds of things, completely skip the refinement from the ore into the liquids. Into the first two liquids, I guess, technically, because the third one we still need to make from the second one. But we do have now that option, so that means that we can do some more, some of that stuff, and maybe save some, make some efficiency up. I didn't actually look at the math to see how much like capacity we have for shipping that versus shipping the ore, and I guess we also should factor in somehow the power and stuff like that as well. But before we get into all of that, let's switch into the game. Plastic is still suffering quite a bit. It looks as if the later usages of it have slowed down a little, so now it's really just the red circuits that are fighting over it. I would like to change this slightly here and take that out to balance those two belts because, well, the belts are being used unevenly, so we might as well shunt, or the output belts are being used unevenly, so we might as well shunt that into there. But I think, wait, this is one red belt. Yeah, this is one red belt of red circuits. If we're using all of them, which we're not, then we should get, yeah, then we should be using one red belt. That means that plastic should start backing up a bit in this column because, yeah, it should. We'll see, but it should. Actually, not making it all the way to the end. Did I do the math wrong on this? Let's see. It's 2 plastic every 6 seconds times 1.25, which is the crafting speed. So each one of these is 2 plastic every 1 second, each cluster, times 1.25, which is 3.5. Why am I... Yes, it's 3.5. No. 2.5. 2.5. And we're bringing in 30. So 30 divided by 2.5 means that we should be able to handle 12 of these clusters. We currently have... let's see... 10. So yeah, that definitely should be backing up. Although the gaps here means that it won't. The same thing here. As long as there's gaps, it won't fully back up. So never mind. We may not be making enough plastic. We may need to step that up to maybe 2 full blue belts of plastic. I think that's where we left off last time. In the meantime, though, let's go ahead and take a look at just add one of these technologies in, and we'll have a look at that as we get it unlocked. Or some point after we get it unlocked. And then we'll go back to mining productivity because, meh, why not? So at the moment, what is our production surplus here? Petroleum gas. That's good. That means that I can easily expand this production into 2 full blue belts. Before I do... Actually, let's take a look at here. Yeah, it looks like light oil is hovering right at the 20K mark, which is the solid fuel mark. That's 10K. That's 10K. Oh, it's at the cracking mark. So yeah, it's being cracked down immediately. So if 2 of these takes up a red belt, then 3 of them will make up a blue belt. So I think this should let us do this. It will fit Yes. But I need to change out how I'm swapping these belts around. We need to have a red splitter instead. And it needs to do output priority to the right. Yes. Break that. Put it in here. And then this, and then that. Then I can take this and V-flip it. Force it in there. And bring that in. Yes, and then I can copy this whole thing into there. And you've got to connect up. We need to increase all of those belts to blue, which we do not have blue belts at the moment in my pocket. But what I could do is I could extend the Roboport array down this way and make our robotic slaves do the work. I should be able to just go like... There, I guess. You need a power pole, though? That would be good. As will you. Can I just do that a little bit differently, then? Can I just put it in here? I can. Maybe another one right there? Yes. And then another one right here. Raven, welcome in. Thank you for claiming first. That'll cover that much. And then I think we can come down this way. Probably to here. Cover a bit more of that. And up in here, maybe? Go in line with that one. I think that was in line. And maybe up there someplace. Are those in line? Those two are, this one is not. Cool. And then that one just needs power. Let's see, how are you doing? I am doing good, how are you? And you will hydrate, and so will I already. Okay, so now all of this needs to be upgraded to blue belts. I'm going to make another upgrade planner, I guess, for that. Let's see, from red, blue. So, then all of these guys here, all the way out to there. And then this comes down this way. And this whole thing from all the way. And I do not have bot coverage down here. But this whole thing then becomes blue belts. All the way back to here. But what I will do here is just upgrade this. And that'll be fine. But I should either do some robot coverage or get the blue belts myself. Let's see. Let's make the bots do it. Because why not? Why not make the bots do it? Bring this over here. That's just a little bit too far. But it's still within robot coverage, or power coverage. Get to work, Calidar. No, the base robots. Okay. I suppose I could do the same on the output side here, right? The base spots is kids? No. It goes over there. And then this one goes there. And this one goes here, and then they're connected, and you need power. Oh, there's a... yeah, that will not work. Good job. Alright, they will come and do that, and they will go and upgrade those belts to blue as well. And then we can continue upgrading these belts here to blue. And these belts here to blue. Well, the things do already look a lot more stable. I think that's just because we now have full belts. Which we didn't have for a moment there before. Now I'll take these as blue all the way past, or all the way up to red circuits. Which is here, and there. And then that'll be enough. Probably. I hope. We'll see. I want to see what this looks like before I upgrade the belts going in, because they shouldn't need to be upgraded. And so this should fill up. Oh, oopsie. Those 4 belts didn't get upgraded. This should fill up 2 full blue belts, more or less, completely, just by doing the shift thing here. Fill in the gaps. We might get the occasional gaps on the inside lanes of both, but I think it'll be okay. Man, those are zooming. But mostly the top lanes. Why is that much more plastic zooming that way? Oh, because when I did what I did here, it just shifted which way the things are being used to the other side. But it does allow me to balance that, which is fine, I guess. Yeah, it's because we're using an uneven side of the red belt, the red circuits belt. That means that we're using really mostly just one side of these outputs. So that makes sense. But the plastic is all backed up in them now, which was expected because we aren't entirely using a full, we aren't at all using a full red belt of red circuits yet, so that should be fine. Okay, so that makes me feel better. That tech we unlocked was which one? This one? Which gives us the ability to force only green or only blue Tiberium to grow. We can also convert 4 blue to 1 green or 4 green to 1 blue. What does Blue Tiberium give us the ability to make? Anything different? We haven't seen it growing yet. This converts 100 green to 1 blue. Interesting. This is enrichment, so this takes a little bit of extra. This is basically Covarex. Uses a little bit of green to make a couple of extra blues. But what is blue Tiberium used for? Here it is. Interesting. Okay, this is what I want, I think. Burned, no. Used in, no. Blue slurry. Oh, okay, we'll look at that. Making chemical test data. Meh. Make that another way. I'm fine with it. Making seed rockets. Spreads blue Tiberium upon impact. Firing multiple missiles at the same spot can create a new Tiberium node. Reaches 1,000 Tiberium ore. It is 24 tiles away. That's where we read the 24 before. The blue Tiberium slurry is used for what? Barrels? Yeah. Liquid Tiberium. Okay. It needs crude oil to make it. 16 and 32 makes 16. Explosives? Nah. And blue Tiberium primed reactant, which is used in... Oh, so we can make that into the regular ones with an extra step. Interesting. Okay. But this, and specifically this, comparing... Not sure why I'd want to do that. I guess I've had an abundance of it. For some reason. But I'm not sure why. Not sure why I'd want to do that. How is this going, by the way? Ah, you've cleaned your patch out. That means that we'll get a little bit more out of this line. I'm still not super happy with this system that I have built here for shifting it. But it'll be okay, I think. That's getting real sparse up there, too. You can see that. Thanks to the actions of these guys. These ones over here are completely dead. This one's pecking away now there. That one is backed up. Can't touch it yet. And those are the ones cleaning right now. Okay. Really, 2 of these miners can fill 1 red belt and then some. So this, what I have set up here, should be able to, at least for a while, fill a crap ton of red belts. Which is what I could have done, was run a bunch of belts, but I didn't. Mikey, welcome in. Command & Conquer invaded my factory? It did. It did. We are mining Tiberium and turning it into all the other stuff that we can use. Let's see. You're going to pump this forever. That's right. We figured that out last time. And so these will continue to deplete, the regular miners will, until this patch is completely dead. And at that point, we'll have to see what happens. We'll probably have to bring in more molten then, which means we'll want to collect it from the other patches. And I might just collect it from this patch. That seems like a good idea to me. And then we could bring these big miners in closer as they strip this stuff out and have them start collecting up all the Tiberium. These patches are eventually going to get scary, but right now they're fine. We're probably want to clean that one out too at some point, but it's fine too. Although perhaps we should... Ooh, these finally finished up. Good. Remember we set those up a long time ago? Because we screwed up the balance on these. Oopsie. Yeah. And when I say we, I mean me. Stolen. It was not stolen, Addicted. It was inspired by. Alright, so, do I want to use this tech? That's the question. I don't feel like it's something that I necessarily want to do. Although we could use it to potentially experiment with growing some Blue Tiberium. Just having a cup of coffee. But I don't think so. I don't think that that's going to fit my gameplay here. I think we're going to leave it. This one is a repeatable one. We will do more of it, but we're going to do these other ones first. Specifically this one, which gives us these seed rockets, which I think I will play with these, actually. Because those sound like kind of fun. Unfounded baseless accusation. Oh, good. The yellow science has depleted itself, which means that this. Oopsie. Well, that got messed up. Oops, oops, oops. Oops, what do you mean oops? What's with the oops? It should be fine, because they should just grab it and clean it out. At least I think it'll be fine. Maybe it won't be fine. Yeah, I just jammed the belt now. There you go. And you can have those. Alright. Factorio and Conquer, plus lots of QOL. If you want to see what we have, Squeak Through, Vehicle Snap, Anti-Gloom, that's for streaming, to keep the dark away a little bit. Companion Drones, that's the drone that's been following me around here. Disco Science. Elevator Rails is enabled. I didn't end up using it, because we don't have that much train activity, but it's there. Even Distribution, Fluid Wagon Color Mask, Helma, we didn't use that much. We used it a little bit to figure out some of the Tiberium calculations, but not much. Inserter Throughput. Orphan Finder, didn't use that much. There's probably a bunch of orphans around. Stone Water Well, instead of having water on the surface, we have stone water wells. Train Trails, Automatic Train Painter. Bottleneck. There's Factorio Tiberium. What's what it's called behind the scenes, but in the whatchamacallit, Factorio Conquer in the mod portal. Loaders, which we're using a few of them still, but we use them largely for sorting before. Wide chests with the loaders, and then pacifist. There's auto train painter. So if we can find a train, and when the train drives, we find a train driving, that'd be even better. Here's one. It paints the trains a color matching the material that's in there, or the material that it's hauled last in this case. And the train trails is the streak you see behind it, just giving us a little bit of an effect. Oh yeah, painter, not planner. Sorry, you guys know what they used to be? No worries. So yeah, they'll be nice and brightly colored, matching the ore. I had to put in a definition for the Tiberium. It obviously didn't pick it up automatically, so I had to add it. But it's just configurable in the mod settings someplace here. Custom colors right here. Tiberium ore is, I just did green with full alpha. Full green, full alpha. So if you're playing with that mod with another mod with custom ores or custom items, you may have to do that. But it's good fun. Okay, so let's see. Purple Science is actually backed up again. Oh, we finished that other research, which was this one. This will let us create these rockets and unlock the missile launcher for making the rockets. And so I think what we should do is play with this a little bit. It needs liquid Tiberium plus Tiberium to make the rockets, and then we can make a launcher. So let's go over here, which is probably the least bad place for us to make this at. And if I split this belt off here, like that. Ouch, ouch, ouch. And go in there. I'm down here someplace. Back it up just a little bit. Guess the mod can only go off of vanilla items? Yeah, I think so, unless the mod has other major mods configured. I'm not sure. Train planners, what Factorio hopes it could be one day, like Satisfactory. I don't know that the trains in Satisfactory are anywhere near as good as the trains in Factorio, but if you want to believe that, then okay. Let's see. I'm going to do a pump off of this, I think. Let's see. Go there. I can only make the green ones because I don't have any of the blue Tiberium to make the blue ones out of. There it is. But what are these rockets different? Oh, this destroys it. This spreads it. Interesting. Okay, so let's play with these anyway. There. Put a pump in right here. Then I'll just do this and this to connect that up. Give you a little bit of power right here. Let's see. Satisfactory is not superior. Nope. It's untrue. That's the problem with it. Now let's just go ahead and do this. And then we need blue circuits also, which I will just bring in via a bot requester chest. Or not. Let's see, where are you at? Really? Okay. Go there then. And just do that. That'll do nicely. There and here. That'll do. Factorio is a complex game, and some people just can't handle the complexity. It is what it is. I guess I should have an output chest here too, right? Provider. There. There. And this and that. Those are here. Less than, I don't know, 20. Too much math for your small brain? 50-second craft time on those? Oof. Okay. In the meantime, I guess we can make the rocket launcher. The only weapon we have in the game. This is not a weapon. It's a utility missile launcher. Got one. Alright, we'll let a few of those get made, then we'll go play with them. In the meantime, Tiberium Control Network. How big is that one? 1,200. That's a few. Okay. Over here. Still have almost 20,000, well, 20,000 reds and almost 20,000 greens and blues there. Yeah, definitely shouldn't have let the blue, green, and red keep getting collected there. Remember the things I outlined the Tiberium patches with. Are you referring to this one here? Or are you referring to this here? A or B? Ooh, that's not good. Second ones? Those are just miners. They're just a special kind of miner that has a huge range and is much faster. 20 times faster than the default miners. They're expensive as crap to make, but who cares? And they are specifically and only, as far as I know, used to harvest Tiberium. Protection? No, that's what these are for. These fences keep the Tiberium from expanding beyond the fence as long as they maintain power. So you can see here that the square, or the circle rather, has bumped up against the edges there of the square and will not pass through it. And it's just building up there along the edges, but it will not pass out of that square. And that is the this thing here, which is a growth accelerator. Pumping in these substrates to accelerate the growth of Tiberium. So this patch here will get very, very big, or not very, very big. It'll stay the exact same size, but get very, very rich and dense over time. I don't know if it when it stops, how it stops, what makes it stop, but we could do the same with the other ones. It's just at this point we actually have too much Tiberium, so I don't want to. But after this one is depleted and we start bringing in more ore again, it might become more necessary. We'll see. This should not be growing at all anymore, and actually it's gotten to the point now where it's multiple different patches because it's grown so far apart, or been mined so far apart. First played Factorio, didn't understand what was going on. The game didn't hold your hand. Yeah, there's a lot of good QOL in it now. You know, the helping with the math and everything. That might make your life a little bit better with it, but still, to each their own. Let's see, 4 of them. I think I want to wait till we have, I don't know, 10 or so, and then go out and play with them. Which means starting a new patch in order to play with them, but, well, what are you going to do? Well, the Tiberium control network's still going. So, is there anything else we can do with any of these other Tiberium-based technologies we want to do? What is that again? Oh, yeah, the radio. Yeah. Oh, can we walk in a patch? Let's see, where's my nearest patch? Probably one of those. Can we walk in a patch yet? Or are we still, like, did reloading the game fix that? Or are we still screwed as far as traversing the patches? Still screwed. Okay. No problem. No problem. I bet you that's a compatibility issue with the mod and pacifist. I'm just suspecting with the name changes and the other changes to the game. I bet you, or it's completely broken in the mod to begin with. I don't know. I don't know which one. I mean, I guess we could try making one of those things. I guess that wouldn't hurt. To see if that adjusts the problem. Oh, wait, where was that? Here? No. Here it was. We could make one of these radiation absorption thingies. We'd have to make these via the liquid Tiberium, which would be fine. Need 16 of those to make one of these. Yeah, let's try that. Come back over here, and we can make 16 of those. I think I'm just going to put it here. Factory Town Idol makes it easier. Yeah, I loved Factory Town Idol. I've been playing that again recently anyway, as well. And welcome in, Shellart. Let's see, you, and what was I making? One of these? No, I was making the actual cores. Okay, get rid of this one. Hope Factory Town 2 cleared some of that up. It does, because it gives you more of, am I just missing the things? Oh, they're probably made in a chemical plant, aren't they? Look on it. Chemical plant. If I do, what were we talking about again? Factory Town 2 gives you kind of more of a quest line. So in that respect, yeah, it would. Oh, there they are. Okay, and then, I guess I just do one of these again. Something that's like 10. Because there will be some inside the building still. And we can kind of fudge it from there. Okay, that was that. That one we're using a lot. Because we're making all of the ores now from the primed reactants. Power we're using, although we tried to use the fuel cells, but we never did use this other recipe here. It requires higher temperature steam, which means using the, whatchamacallit from the nuclear plant. I don't think I'm going to do that just for that. We could try to make some blue Tiberium and then enrich it. A la Kovarex. I just don't really know what the benefit would be. I guess the benefit would be how much Tiberium goes into making molten. Goes into making primed reactants, actually. That would be the... Primed reactants are made from materials at whatever this rate is. Let's go into here, maybe. Not you. No. Forgot we can turn those things in. 100 ore makes 1 reactant. Get a little bit more out of uranium, but we're not really doing it for uranium. As well as, crude oil. And another recipe here. Yeah, 100 to 1. Here it is. And 400 to 1 for crude oil. Okay. And up here we have some percentage of 1 red belt going in. 2.4 times 8, 19.2, and we're getting out those numbers right there, times 6, 3.84 plus 3.37 plus 0.46. We'll count the slurry as the same rate, 0.28, and then we'll do 16.3 divided by 4, because you need 4 times as much crude oil to make 1 substrate there. Times 6, which is 72. Compare that to 2.4 times 8, which is 19.2. So 72.15 divided by 19.2 is 3.75x. 3.75x is the increase. So in order to make the substrates, we need 100 ore, which is about 26 Tiberium per substrate. Okay. This is turning 16 molten and 1 blue into 2 of them. So that means that this recipe here is the equivalent of, we'll call it 53 Tiberium, green Tiberium. But it costs a substrate in order to make the blue one. This might be more complicated than it's going to be worth. Costs 1 substrate to make 1 blue primed reactant. 1 blue primed reactant makes 2 primed reactants. Oh wait, costs substrate. I was doing the math on the substrates, not the math on the reactants. Okay, that helps. So it's 26 ore per reactant. Or substrate. Jeez. The slurry, 16 to 16. Now we're at 16 blue, 26 green. Plus more green because of the molten. Make 2 primed reactants. And then the primed reactants cost molten anyway, but half as much, or twice. Basically, it's going to cost half as much molten. Okay, so normally for 1 substrate and 16 molten, I get 1 reactant. With this recipe, with 1 substrate, 16 molten, and 16 blue, I get 2 reactants. So I'm getting 1 reactant at the cost of 16 blue ore. So that's actually a good deal. As long as the blue ore doesn't cost me much to make. And that's actually here. 2 blue ore cost me 8 green to make. Which means that 1 blue ore is equivalent to 4 green. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it. Not worth it to make it. If it was growing wild, / naturally, we could make it, but I don't think it's worth it to make it. We've got 8 of those already. That's good. We've got 9 of these already. That's good. Recipes are slow. Guess I could have done faster machines. Could have also done speed modules. Let's see. This increases the Tiberium control network. Oh yeah, we unlocked that and we didn't look at it yet. Tiberium control network. Wait. This thing? Yeah, this thing here. A node in the Tiberium control network that enhances nearby Tiberium specialized mining equipment. A miner can be enhanced by up to 3 nearby TCN nodes, each granting increased speed and power usage. Miner affected by any TCN node requires additional 5 megawatts of power. At this point, we don't need it. This would let us boost. It's actually unclear what it lets you boost. But it either lets us boost these miners, these big miners. Probably those. Probably these AoE node harvesters. Possibly the spikes, which could be actually useful. Possibly the regular node harvesters, and possibly the growth accelerators. Maybe we should make one of these just to see what it gives us. Not that, not this, that one right there. Needs 5 beacons. Okay, well, we have beacons. We're in here somewhere. No, they're over here somewhere. No. They're in here somewhere. They're somewhere. Here they are. Give me those 4. I'd like to just see what this thing affects. I was hoping that I could just have that, but I can just take this one. That'll be fine. Okay, so we make one of these. Hey Mark, welcome in. And while we're at it, we can fire off 10 of these. Up to 10 of them. And we can grab these 10. And 4 more. And then I think you need to stop. Right? How many of those did I need? I needed 16. Let's see, you've got... Turn that. We'll just feed in everything. Oops. Not what I wanted. Got a rocket launcher. I do. We've got rockets to launch. They are liquid green Tiberium seed rockets. We're gonna go play with those. Let's see. That's still crafting. Crafting one too many. That's okay. I will take this stuff now. I didn't explode any Tiberium on the ground. That's going to make one of these if I had blue circuits and low density structures. I don't have low density structures being brought down here, or do I? I have them being flown in, don't I? Yes, I do. So we should be able to do 16 of those on 160 blue circuits. Yep. Okay, good. It's going to take a minute for those to get here because they're coming from the far end of the factory. I guess a buffer chest of those here would be kind of nice, because then it would be here for to be used in whatever stuff, but it's fine. Come on, bots, here you are. Turn that off, make that thing. And that goes in here. I'll have to take out one of these, probably. Put it in here. Differently sized, of course. Let's see if I can do something different with it then. They don't really need all these batteries. If I took out... That's not going to help me any, is it? Nope, not going to help me much. Alright. That's alright. You just go in here. I don't think this is going to work, but we're going to try it anyway. Now moving slow again. Although, I will see how it generates power at least. That's one good thing. Because we currently have about half of our power. Oh, that was a nice sound effect. Alright, well I am juicing up a little bit, but I'm still taking damage. And there, it just went down again. It was a great little sound effect, but as I suspected, this didn't make a change. So we're going to put that back where... We'll take that back out again, put the legs back in. And we will get rid of this thing. That, unsurprisingly, did not work. And I do see that we are taking damage in one of our radars up here. This one, again, or still, or something. I think we'll just move it over there the next time we come up there. If it doesn't die before then. Alright, so these rockets... Oh, where do I want to go to test this at? Probably out here somewhere. Let's go test it. Yeah, probably out there. This needs to be torn down yet. There is a bit of Tiberium left in here. We should probably bring a train in specific for that. I have to do some specific programming for that specific purpose, specifically. All right, let's go over here into an empty space. And we do a... Do I just do... Yeah. Haha, Tiberium. Look at that. So it's only a tiny amount. 4.3 thousand. Very few to a few dozen in a spot. But if we target it again, it doubles it. And now there's 8.6k there. So 10 rockets might not be enough. You can see the density changing there in that patch. That's pretty cool, though. Guess I could get closer. But, if we need to get over 1,000 to see the effect, then we're going to need another 10 rockets. Interesting. So we ended up with 43k. 10 times the 4.3 that we started with. And since we launched 10 rockets, it makes logical sense. And that spot, by the way, should not expand because it doesn't have a node in the center of it. Maybe we leave it alone for a little while to prove that point, and then we go up with 10 more rockets later and hit it again. That would work. I think we could tear this down. It's gonna explode though, and I don't feel like dealing with that, so it's gonna sit here until we need more power. Yeah. Plus, we need to make more of those rockets anyway. All right. So. That is all... Oh, that beacon thingy that we made. This one. So, this... What does it affect? Let's go... Actually, let's go down here first. Hello, Tiberium train. You almost ran me over. I can't actually take a hit because if I tried, I would be broken in half. No modules to transmit. What? What does that mean? Okay, so this does not affect the growth accelerators or regular miners, I think. I think that's what that means. I think. We'll do some more testing. Plus, we can fix this radar while we're here. Specifically the broken one. There we go. Okay. So this thing here, though, should affect those guys. And indeed, it should also affect that guy. No modules to transmit. Number of effect receivers, 3. Okay, so you are... Beacons, yep, it's showing beacons on that now. So this will improve, or yeah, plus 240% power. Okay, so it does work on the spikes, which is good / interesting. Even though we're not using that spike, it is good / interesting. And now it's boosted the mining speed to 25 per second, which it was previously at 10 per second. That's 5 per second. And then it becomes 12.5. Wait. You shouldn't need power. Weird. That's weird. This is forcing it to require power now. Interesting. To get the full speed out of it, it needs electricity, which it didn't need before. Although it doesn't say that it's using any, so maybe it doesn't need any. But either way. That takes care of those. We also have this AoE miner, which needs to be within range of one. Put right there like that, and then this here can go there. I might need to put power down here, but then that will, yep, there it is. Okay, interesting. Okay, so those 3 things at least, but now I want to go back and check the other stuff again, because I didn't notice exactly how it showed its effect. So we'll come back down here, and actually I think I can just test it here, maybe? Like if I just put this in here, it does show this has a beacon. But it's not showing a boost to the speed. Yeah, these are still at 0.5. So it does not affect regular miners. Okay. But I do want to go back down and check to see if it affects the growth accelerators. Now. Just because I didn't notice what I didn't notice. Alright, so you are working at 1% productivity. Okay. to. 0.06. Yeah, it doesn't affect those. Okay. Not surprised. Yeah, not surprised. Be right back. Okay. So, unless there's something else in this that I haven't built yet, which I don't think there is, the emitters probably wouldn't. Still kind of know. What's satisfactory at a snow biome? Good luck with that wish. You don't have one of these put down anywhere. Did I already do that? No, I didn't do that. So we should test with one of these too. Where can I test one of these at easily? I guess I could test up there. Yeah, unless Satisfactory does a completely additional map, which I don't see them doing at this point, you'll never see a snow biome. They would have to do a completely new map. Let's do that. And then we can do this. Yeah, it will affect that too. Okay. Delete, delete. Pick up that item on the ground. And you must have picked up, you must have used that as fuel. You did. Okay, good. Just what I'd like to see. Good job. People suggest there could be something for a DLC. Yeah, that's the only way they would do it. At this point, I think that unless they can make money directly off of it, they're not going to do it. But given all the time that they spent in... Oopsie. I put down the wrong splitter. Given all the time they spent in making the one they have, I don't think you'll see one anytime soon. We do have 16 more rockets. We could go do some pew-pews, I guess. Did that patch grow any? Nope, 43k. I didn't think it would, because it shouldn't. Let's go shoot some more rockets. It's a weird patch. Satisfactory 2. I don't think you'll see that either. Could be surprised, but maybe you mean like a second game or a 2.0. I don't think you'll see a second game. All right, let's do this again. Okay, and boom, we broke 1,000. Just like it said, it would spawn a tree, a node. And there we go. We could make one of these monoculture things. Let's take a look at those again. Yeah, we should do that and make it only grow blue. As advertised, yes. That means I need to make 4 of these. I need a bunch of batteries. All right, let's go do that. Let's make it grow blue, just because, well, we can. We could also make an anti-green emitter for this express purpose of clearing the green that's there, and then do the blues. I think we should do that too. I think we, this is what I wanted to do anyways, experiment with these things, so it's worth it. Let's see, I need a bunch of batteries, 80 of them to be specific. I'll take 200, thank you. And, let's make blue, so I need anti-green. Plus a growth accelerator, which I don't have one, but I'll make one. That uses a programmable speaker, too. Someone told you Coffee Stain seems like they're tired of working on it? Yeah, that's the impression that I get, too. Very much impression that I get. Alright, with those things, we'll need power, I'm assuming, right? Yeah. So we'll drag power up there. And we still have everything we need to make this? No. We should, actually. That's done. Okay, why are you claiming you don't have... Oh, I don't have this. I do have the steel for that. Okay. Slightly weird. Okay, I can make it. Okay, good. I saw why, though. Because if I made... Because I was making the growth accelerator, if I made another one, I would no longer have the steel. Hello, trains. Nice to see you. Let's grab power from here and drag it up with us. Basically, due north from here. Due. Not a straight line, but close enough. Yeah, Coffee Stain seems very much tired of it. Kind of is what it is. Let's see. Start out by... Ooh! That's a fun little graphic. Start out by this. That. That's awesome. Okay. You can go there. You can go there. And you can go there. Oops. Might have destroyed a little bit of my power pole. That's okay. No more patch. Just the little, just the tree. This one just destroys? It destroys Tiberium, yep. And then these can then go into making the other thing, which is this. Green, some green might spawn in this time, but that's fine. Here we go. This thing here, which snaps onto the tree, and we can power it. And it should cause only... Wait a minute. It needs to have green fed into it? Interesting. It needs to have green fed into it to keep it only growing blue. I wonder what it'll do when there's nothing here. I guess we'll have to wait for science, won't we? Does this affect that, by the way? No. Okay. We'll see what this thing does. Kind of interesting. I wasn't expecting it to have a recipe. Yeah, there's a few things that only destroy. These sonic charges, aka grenades, only destroy. These red-tipped missiles only destroy. I just have to fire them to make them destroy. And then the yellow-tipped missiles are the ones that create. These sonic emitters we were just using destroy. And was there something else? Oh, yes. Those? No, those just go into these. Okay. That might have been it then. So yeah, there's ways to destroy the Tiberium. There's ways to foster the growth of the Tiberium. Oh, it's grown blue. So what is the point of that then? Just to make more? Like if you're trying to clean the patch, I bet you that's what it is. If you're trying to clean the patch of green, then you can mine the green, feed it into there to make even more blue. Which is interesting. But I'm glad that it is growing the blue. So we have a tiny, tiny patch of 1.5k blue here now. We'll let that alone. And if we had more of these rockets, we could seed more of the blue. But the other thing, the growth accelerator would only grow the green because we have to have the thing controlling it, I guess? I don't know. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Leave that alone. Any other things we have not looked at as far as Tiberium goes? Did those, we did that, we did that, we did these, we did that, this, and that. This, that. Oh, these. These also destroy... Oh, these actually destroy the tree. Yeah, these will destroy the tree. That's the other thing that blows things up. They don't destroy anything else but the trees. One is a charge you put on the tree. One is a charge that you toss at the tree, which is kind of interesting. Spikes we played with. Now we played with the monocultures. Those are all things that are... Yeah. That are craftable that we've done. We did not do this one, although I don't think we need to. If we run out of substrates, we can use this to make some more. But it takes 300 seconds to make one substrate, so hopefully we never run out. Liquid Tiberium nuclear fuel. We didn't make any of that. Interesting. That'd be fun for our trains. And it's a different item than the regular nuclear fuel. Here. We did these and we turned our back on them. Did all of these. We have 5 cards being made. That's all we can make. That one recipe makes yellowed cards, the chemical test cards, out of Tiberium directly at the low cost of 1 substrate, but it gives us, basically turns 1 substrate into 50 Tiberium, which the substrates only cost me 26.5 Tiberium to make. So, plus a bunch of power. So we could potentially do that to have an infinite source of these yellow cards, but the yellow cards are made from silver. I don't really care. Yeah, I don't really care. That was that one. This uses substrate to make Tiberium very slowly. This is what ramps up the blue Tiberium. We didn't make this armored reclamation vehicle, but... Oh, this also destroys. Drive it over the fields and it just destroys them. We should make one of those. That sounds like fun. It needs a crap ton of stuff, though. Including 4 of the node harvesters, which needs a whole bunch of iron. Alright, let's go make one of those. Just for fun. See what it does. See how it works. Destroy some Tiberium, just for fun. Coming through, coming through. Meanwhile, let's put this and this and then that one again into the queue here. You're going to be 11, 1,000, 2,000, yeah, that's 15,000. Just to get those moving too, research-wise. Pick up a bunch of iron. Actually, let's pick up a bunch of iron from these 2. How many of those did I need? 4? Yeah, 4. Oh, they're empty. Okay, good. Oh no, that was not the reason. Red circuits is the reason. Okay. Take up these. Don't need them anymore. I don't even know that we need these other ones at all anymore. And take up all of this. Okay, what else you need? Bunch of steel, some blue circuits, engines. Should have picked up some gears instead of all the iron. It's okay. Oh, this take an equipment grid too. Or has an equipment grid, can take equipment. Nice. Put some legs in there, make it move faster. Because it's slow, it says. You make that. Grab 6x8 grid. These are 4x4. So let's do one of these in like 4 legs. Yeah, maybe. One of these and 4 legs. Why is that not processing? Oh, because I ran out of uranium. Because I made only a limited amount. We can make more now. That's running really nice. Ow. Yeah. See, let's do that. Go this way. And I can put these back onto the whatever. Actually, just shove them in there. That'll be fine. And then I can do one of these right there. I can do some of these right there. I can do this. You can do that. You can do this. You can do that. And then you can do this, and you can do that. What did I do that for? And then you can stop when... Or you can stop when these are 50, I suppose. Our truck is done. Did I get the legs that I wanted? I only got 2 of them. Okay. Give me 2 more of those. And let's go over there. To a nearby field we haven't touched yet. Just so we can destroy things. Should I also, just for fun... That takes blue slurry to make those? Ooh. Interesting. The only way to make the explosives is... the blue slurry. Interesting. Okay. Alright, here we are. Let's put down the tank, effectively. And then we can go into the grid here. There it is. Forgot how you got to it. And the vehicles. And then we can do one of these reactors. We can do a few of these legs. And you're going to need some fuel, which I happen to have. Fuel. Oh, look at that. This is hilarious. Just drives right through the trees, though. They ignore it entirely. What about these trees? Okay, it is basically a tank. Like vacuuming it up? Yeah, but it's not vacuuming. Oh, it is vacuuming it up. Wait a minute. Did it say that? It says destroys, but it's not it is not destroying it. It's picking it up. Interesting. Wasn't expecting that to happen. Based on the description. But good catch there, Mark. That's hilarious. Have you stretched recently? No, I have not. Eladar is such a gym bro. Alright. I'm not going to clear the whole patch. Batman, welcome in. But that's kind of interesting. I gotta get rid of this Tiberium. Which I think means drive it over to there and dump it into that train station. Looks like Luke running a vacuum over a dust pile. Yeah, this thing slows molasses. Interesting. Basically filled up. I did fill up his entire inventory, actually. I wonder what was happening to it after the inventory filled up. It was still getting destroyed? Because there's the exploit. It's just to let your inventory fill up, to start to destroy everything else, and then you have 4,000 to dispose of. Let's park you. Needs nuclear fuel if you're going to use it much? Yeah, that's for sure. Select into Path of Exile 2 without a voice. You couldn't make it yesterday? Ah, no worries. Can I do this? Yes-ish. The wind likes you having no voice? Alright, we'll let that clear itself out. Oh, it also puts them in there. Okay. I don't think it'll grab from here, so we should be okay. I'll let that empty itself out. It'll take a little bit of time. We did that one research. Any other technologies here that we have not touched? I don't think so. I think we've effectively explored everything here. So now it's really just about how stable is our base. Looks like we could use a little bit more sulfur. Definitely. Let's go make that. Let's also do this. Here and here. Oh yeah, we talked about we need to expand the sulfur, didn't we? What we should do, though, is we should balance it here. Force a balance. Like that. Give you these back. And then we can do this also. Which... that's fine. Oh, except that I did it again. What is soaking up all my sulfur? Is that just the acid? I mean, the only thing this is used for is Blue Science, which isn't running, and the 2 acid drops, right? Free, technically. Oops, I did it again. Yep. Alright, well that's better anyways. That's great. What else is a problem at the moment? Copper? Are we having a problem with ore delivery here? No. Did I play with the rocks and get lost in the science? That needs 2 trains. Get 2 victories today? Nice. Maybe we are having a little bit more trouble with the copper than I thought. Might need a couple more trains. Might. We do have, not you, but you making copper. We haven't used it, which means, yeah, we need more trains. You guys ever distributed these? Oh, because that one doesn't have power. Oh, none of these have power. Well, that'll do it. Okay, we'll rectify that then. Factorio version of Oops, I Did It Again by Britney Spears? Yes, exactly. Yeah, I think we need more trains. So let's copy this here. No, yes. But how many train thingies do I have? I need more wagons. You thought it was amusing? I do too. I just deadpan things. It's fine. Yeah, that's already a problem right there. Part of it's because it's being used a bit unevenly, but why did that not copy? Or did I cancel it? I might have canceled it. Well, that's enough fuel. Upgrading unload inserters would reduce the train time at the station, increasing throughput. That's true. That is a true statement. Should do that. That means I'll need a crap ton more inserters. I guess I need another one of these. Blue to that one. And we can do that. We might as well do them all, right? That's right, I have network activity right in here. Look at that. I don't have 500 available. 150. Could make more. Am I at a limit here? There? 100. 200 should be fine. And then I could probably do the same at the loading stations, specifically these ones here, as well as here and there. Probably be wise. How many more do I need? I did need a total of about 500, so need to get more made. Do I have the recycling set up for those properly? I don't. Should definitely go up and do that. And I can unload these ones while we're there. Not that I couldn't have done that remotely, but I want to change this out here. Put in a green chest here. And then do this, that. This can be, let's see, you need to only operate when blues in the network is less than 200. We take this one out entirely. We shove a bunch of these in here. And then you can request all of those. And this should be limited to it as well. And what is your shortage right now? Gears. Oh, gears. Oh, gear. Let's do a bit of an improvement then here. So what we're doing right now is improvements, right? Wait. Actually, let's just take a copy of this whole thing and do that with it. May or may not upgrade those belts. What would someone want to build their own server for? What kind of server? Why did they leave a gap here? Oh, because I had the output there. Duh. Did I make this buffer chest? I did. But I did not configure it properly. I never did any of these. Less than 50. A computer server? Yeah, a multitude of reasons. That's why I'm asking. Because, yeah, I mean, you could run game servers on it. You could run, you could build a home lab to do, to learn about managing servers. You could run your own website or email server or any of that. You could use it as a router and have your own, have a custom built router, or one using a more configurable than most home router setups are. Huge, yes, storage, that's a great suggestion. Things like Plex, for example, a lot of people use to store huge amounts of video content. I don't know, the options are myriad. I don't think I need more speed modules than that in these, otherwise I'd add more now that we upgraded them. Wonder. Interesting. Possibilities are not endless, just myriad. How many more blue inserters are down here? That's the question. 264. That's going to take a while. Okay, how else are things looking here? Copper's still sticky, but those 2 additional trains should help. Having better unload times would help. Having better load times would help. Can't really do a whole lot about that right now. Yeah, this iron also looks a bit rough over here. Let's go into steel, though. Most everything looks pretty good, though. What is the end goal with this world? Basically to explore the mod, which we have done. So, I was hoping we would eat through the science we saved up here. We haven't. Wait, why is this one not working? We're not getting any of these. Because we're not getting any of this. Because we're not getting any of those. Because we're not getting any molten. Because why? Because we're not making much. Because why? No reason. It's just how much is getting made. We're just using it all. Alright, well. C'est la vie. I think we can probably reverse that pump and drain this out. And then we can let this make 2 more. That would be fine with me. Still the same stance about Panadons? Yes, very much so. And it's not for any other reason than it's too damn big. Actually, let's do this instead. Just too damn big. Am I clearing the rest before I pick up the assembler? It'll still... Oh, I could try that, yeah. Yeah, we can try that. Ooh. Ooh. And that's these ones, right? Interesting. Yeah, there's a nice little, we'll call it a bug. You've discovered there, Mark. And if I pick it up, then it doesn't explode. Smart. Okay, pick this up then too. Think it's intentional? Not by the mod developer. I don't think it is. I mean, you could be right. I don't know. But I don't think it is. Because they want stuff to explode. They want you to have to clean it up. That's at least the impression that I've gotten. Oh, it's just how fluids work in the game? Yeah, because there isn't a place for it to go. You're right. Yep. There isn't a place for that fluid to go when you change the recipe. That's true. But I think the mod developer would prefer it exploded. In all cases. Yes. Okay. Now we're on the same track. Oh. How many... Ooh, good. We can actually probably... Wait, let me check that count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 258. We need like 8 more. Alright. But we still aren't making any of these because there's barely any of this coming down because a lot of it's going into making this. Do we really need more of this? Oh, I saw in the Factorio Friday Facts that when we get the 2.1 update, you'll be able to wire a pump or whatever directly to a pipe and get the contents of the whole pipe network, of whatever's in the network there. So you don't have to do the tank thing anymore, which is really, really good. So you will be limited for when molten is greater than, I don't know, 1,000. And that way we can use it primarily for making this shit, and then once it's backed up, then we can make this shit. I think that's fair because we have an abundance of shit we're not really using, so it's fine. Okay, stuff, things. What was I gonna do before that? Oh yeah, we've got 310 now. Let's go. Okay, they've all been replaced. Now let's see. You can have some more of those then. Here come the bots chasing me down. Ran out of range, back into range again. Here they come chasing me down. Those will just go into there for the making of more greens. And now I'm going to need a number of more of these. I'll start with this area here. This upgrade planner. This here. 252 more. Should I also consider replacing the ones on this side? At least these ones. So that's another 48. So we'll call that an even 300. Which makes sense since there's 12. Yeah. Okay. How's this doing, by the way? Still cleaning up? Takes a while. A lot of Tiberium. People are now using oxygen levels at Rockstar to predict when GTA 6 is coming out. These people are getting dumber and dumber. I don't entirely know what that means. But okay. One, two, 3 trains requested, and they are all inbound. Okay. And are we using this iron here? We are. Okay, but we're not using this copper here. Oh, we are. Oh. Okay. Remember his GTA 6 release date? They've already said. There's oxygen levels at the headquarters to narrow down the date. But I don't even know what that means. Like, what is that telling us? Doesn't seem to be telling me anything. mean, yeah, I agree, Batman, but actually might have a problem here at some point. Might have a problem with crude oil here at some point. I think we're gonna. I think we're gonna have a problem with crude oil at some point. Science is chugging again. The Tiberium science determines how hard the employees are working. Yeah, that's complete bullshit. Because it doesn't factor in any factors. Complete and utter bullshit. Don't believe it. I said 300, right? So we're at $1.80 something. How's this holding up now? Okay, good. It's working like I wanted it to. It's restricting the use of the molten for making the uranium, which will stop at some point. Once we have 14,000 of each, so that's what I limited these to. It'll stop making uranium. Not that it really matters. Okay. Need 2,000, and then you're going to need 15,000. Yeah, that's a lot. And we're still plugging away at that. The lack for a time of the Tiberium science has allowed the other sciences to back up a bit. That's good. Conspiracy theories. Yeah, well, I mean, that's kind of the, definition of weird. Governments control the weather in an elaborate computer system. Yeah, I mean, you're going to get... People are crazy. People on the internet are crazier. We're going to have that. Okay, so next time I play Factorio, I want this machine, or I want this to be in the center column. Birds aren't real? Right. So that means potentially putting this here, and then having the assemblers in these two spots. The reason being that then I can grab gears from both sides and save myself some headache. Although actually right now the issue is that. Stop feeding me those for a moment. There you go. Yeah, actually the issue is green circuits. Alright. Not that, not that gears aren't a problem, but, or wouldn't be a problem. But, except that's not a conspiracy theory. Birds are indeed descended from dinosaurs, yes. Amusingly, they've descended from flightless dinosaurs. Which is another kind of interesting tidbit of... I have some Tiberium science packs in here. Ooh. Let's maybe test a theory here. Put one of these down. Here, it's fine. No, not that. Go here. And I want to requester chest here. Requesting these. There's some of those in there too? Okay. No. think we're doing this then. Oh, there's some of those in there too. Maybe not that one. Maybe that one. How much of that is showing? None. Okay, good. That, what was I saying? Oh, flight evolved several times independently of each other across the history of evolution. It's kind of a fun little thing to think about. Let's see, this here I want to be, or not to be, these ones. Do that there, do this here. Give me another power pole there. Pterosaurs are not dinosaurs? Exactly. Now I've got the other stuff in here too. The white ones, well, how much of each of these do I have? Not enough to worry about. So, pick that up and let's try to find those spots in here. I see those. I see these and I see those. Okay, good. Alligators and crocs are also prehistoric. Your mom is prehistoric. Alright. Do we have 300 of these yet? Yeah, we do. Okay, let's go up to the other spot then. Put those down. Burn. So juvenile. Funny. People say evolution is fake, but fail to understand. Let me see. Yeah. Well, that's because they believed something else. You weren't mobile, you'd clip that? If I think about it after we're done, I'll clip it for you, Batman. There we go. And I still have 35 of them left. Oops, not that. Put your phone for chat while you're watching on TV. Yeah, I do the same thing when I watch TV, when I watch Twitch in the living room. Oh, this is done, by the way. Do I care? Not really. I'm just gonna leave it parked there. It's fun to experiment with, but eh. You can already see it growing back, by the way, because these are live nodes, so they will grow back. Whereas our blue experiment up here is 15K. I don't know. That might not be scanning. We should go up there and look at that again. You guys collect all this up, please. Thank you. We can probably put this back down. No, I still need more of them. Can't clip, which is rude. Let's go. Let's let that keep crafting those inserters. And I want to come up here to our blue node and see what it looks like. Since I didn't put a radar down. Should put a radar down. Oopsie. Follow the power line. Follow the power line home. Nope, not home. Here we are. Let's put it down here for reasons. Still growing. Yeah, 15K. Okay. It'll take it a long time to grow, but it's fine. So we could mine it. We could slurry it. And we could turn it into these explosives, which then give us access to these charges. But honestly, also needed for those. Oh, it's also needed for these too. But honestly, I don't really feel like that's something that we necessarily need to do. So we're not going to do it, basically. We're actually going to, I think, wrap this up for as a series as well. I feel like I've done pretty much everything that I wanted to do here, which, as I said, was basically just experimenting with the mod, exploring the mod fully, and seeing what all it offers us as far as different playability, different features, I guess, different experiences, differences compared to sort of the base game, of Factorio. And so we'll come back again at some point in the future with Factorio again. It'll definitely be after 2.1. I don't know if I will do... I probably will. I will probably do a modified, like a QOL, Vanilla Plus, Space Age, Vanilla Space Age Plus, I should say, series. I probably won't go full vanilla, just because I like my QOL too much. But play through Space Age again with the 2.1 changes at some point, and then probably at some point after that do another overhaul mod of some kind. I'm hoping we'll see C Block again at some point in the future, because I would love to return to C Block. With Angels and Bobs being fully updated, C Block is next, so who knows? But in the near term, Tuesday, we're going to start Planet Crafter again. I haven't played it on stream, except for with Jeff and Lana and sometimes IT on Sundays, and that one big, huge daytime stream that Jeff and I did that Lana dropped into as well. But I haven't played it on stream other than like solo, other than that, and specifically solo. So I would like to come back to it and play it again. There was a 2.0 update recently in the last month or two that added some nice new QOL and a new biome on Prime, the default world. So I definitely want to explore that. And I'm going to be putting a poll in Discord, probably right after the stream in the announcements channel, for you all to vote on which biome, or not which biome, but which starting location you would like me to start in. Looking for the Z-Light or something? Yeah, that's, somebody else was asking about that in Aussie's Discord yesterday-ish. Maniac and I gave a couple of tips. So go nose around in there if you're wanting some tips. But they're spoilers, so they don't ruin it. But anyway, the starting location on Prime, I've only ever started in Standard. Draymall. Yeah, Draymall was. You're right. I couldn't remember who it was. But I've only ever started in the Standard spot on Prime. So a lot of the other spots are a little bit harder in different ways. So if you guys are interested in helping me select where you want me to start at, I will put a post in Discord with a poll, and you all can come and vote and decide where I start from. So otherwise, we will leave this here. We will call this a series. This was an interesting mod. I liked it. I like the concept of a mod, or of a single resource, I should say, that you can make everything else out of. You know, it kind of reminds me in the way of C Block, because you can make everything out of water, basically, magically. So it's kind of the same type of thing, in that you can make the resources at the level you want, without having to always set up new miners. I like how this is effectively infinite nodes, with a little bit of effort, at least. So that's a really great feature too. And there are a couple of other mods that I didn't include that make the game a little bit more Command & Conquer like. The mining drones, for one, would give us a bit more of a mine truck feel, for example. But I don't feel like those were necessary either for this, because I wanted to play Factorio. I didn't want to play Command & Conquer. Not that we couldn't play Command & Conquer some point on stream, but I wanted to play Factorio. That's why I played Factorio. Mods for Planetcrafter, haven't looked at them. I did have a couple back in the old days. One for placing frames, foundation frames, with clipping, so you could place them into the ground and stuff like that. But I haven't looked at mods for Planetcrafter at all. If you have any recommendations, let me know, and we'll take a look at it. Maybe I'll place with some. I don't know, but we'll see. Yeah, so next time we see Factorio, I think it'll be the 2.1 update, Space Age, Space Age Plus, a little bit. Planetcrafter mods? No, this one. Quality trains, iron ducts. Yes, quality trains. Yes, that was awesome. And the inserter thing too. The swapping the output spots, the output lanes on an inserter. That was really cool too. And the inserters drop on the input side of a splitter now, rather than the output side, which is really, really good. And yeah, just the jiggling of the indicator too, to show you that which lane it's outputting to, like for a miner or something. Those are all really, really great QOL features. And as I commented when I read it, reminds me a bit of Bob's adjustable inserters, but in a very Factorio vanilla way. Like Bob's adjustable inserters are a little bit too cheaty, but to give it a very vanilla Factorio adaptation, it was really good. So yeah, that was a really good thing to see, and I'm excited to look at it when it comes out. So next time we play Factorio, it'll be that, but that'll be after. It's only when placing parallel. Yes, only when you're deciding on which lane it should go to. And same thing for the miners and things like that. Yes, definitely. But yeah, it's not if you're placing it on the side of the belt, only on the end of a belt. But even so, like it's got some really good applications, and I'm excited that they've added it in. All right, so let's raid out. We're gonna raid D-Dancer. She's playing Ethos. If you have not seen Ethos, then you'll want to check it out. I played it on my YouTube channel a few months ago when it came out. It's a really fun exploration builder crafter, story heavy. It was really good. I enjoyed it a lot. So check it out if you're interested in those types of games, which if we're talking about Planetcrafter, you might be, 'cause it's kind of similar in a way. And also stop by Discord for that poll for which site and/or site category to land in on Prime and Planetcrafter starting on Tuesday. So the poll will be up for probably 72 hours. I'll just cancel it before the stream starts on Tuesday, or end it early or whatever, but it'll be up for as soon as I can get it done this evening, till we stream on Tuesday. So go and vote for that. But otherwise, we will raid out to D-Dancer and check out what she's up to in Ethos. Thank you all for joining me, and I will see you all again next time. Bye for now.